Hello friends. In this session, I discuss on different type of functionalities or patterns which use in data mining. Data mining applications have refined the art of detecting variation and patterns in huge data sets for prediction of desired types of results. Its characteristics and advantages have made it very popular among companies. It can be effectively used for increasing profits, reducing unnecessary cost, working out or understanding user interest, and many more. Data mining functionalities are used to specify the kind of patterns to be found in data mining tasks. We have observed various types of data and information repositories on which data mining can be performed. So, let us now examine the kind of patterns that can be mined. So, I start this session for the data mining functionalities. We have observed various types of database and information repositories on which data mining can be performed. Let us now examine the kind of data patterns that can be mined. In general, data mining tasks can be classified into two categories. First is descriptive and second is predictive. In descriptive mining, we can say tasks characterize the general properties of the data in the database, or we can say it includes certain knowledge to understand what is happening within the data without a previous idea. The common data features are highlighted in the dataset. For examples, count, average, etc. In predictive mining, we can say tasks perform inference on the current data in order to make prediction, or we can say it helps developers to provide unlabeled defined of attributes based on previous taste. The software estimates the characteristics that are absent. For example, judging from the finding of a patient's medical examinations that is he or she suffering from many particular disease. Now, I explain data mining functionalities. First is class or concepts descriptions. In this, class or its meaning can be corrected with result, or we can say class is related or correlated with its result. In simplified, descriptive, and yet accurate way, it can be helpful to define individuals, group, and concepts. This class or concept description are referred to as class or concept descriptions. Data can be associated with classes or concepts. For example, in the all electronic stores, classes of items for sales includes computers and printers, and concepts of customers includes big spenders and budget spenders. It can be useful to describe individual class and concepts in summarization, conscience, and yet price terms. Such description of a class or a concepts are called class or concept descriptions. These descriptions can be derived via observation of related class that include data characterization and data discrimination. So, first, I explained data characterization. Data characterization is a summarization of the general characteristics or feature of a target class of data. By summarizing the data of the class under study, or often called the target class in the general terms. Or we can say this refers to the summary of general characteristics or feature of the class that is under the study. For example, to study the characteristics of a software product whose sale increased by 50% 2 years ago. Anyone can collect these types of data related to such products by running SQL queries. Now, next is data discrimination. Means is a comparison of the general features of target class data objects with the general features of objects from one or a set of constructing classes. Data discrimination by comparisons of the target class with one or a set of comparative classes, often called the constructing classes. Or we can say it compares common feature of class which is under study. The output of this process can be represented in many forms. Example like bar charts, curves, and pie charts. Now, next point is mining frequent patterns, association, and correlations. Frequent patterns, as the name suggests, are patterns that occurs frequently in data. There are many kinds of frequent patterns, include item sets, subsequence, and substructures. A frequent item set typically refers to a set of items that frequently appear together in a transactional data sets, such as milk and bread. Or we can say a frequent item set typically refers to a set of items that frequently appears together in a transactional dataset, such as computer and software. A frequently occurring subsequence, such as the pattern that customers tends to purchase first a PC, followed by a digital camera, and then a memory card, is frequent, or we can say it is a subsequential pattern. A substructure can refer to different structure or structural forms such as graphs, trees, or waves, which may be combined with item sets or subsequence. If a subsequence occurs frequently, it is called a frequent structured pattern. Mining frequent patterns leads to the discovery of the interesting association and correlation within data. Frequent patterns are nothing but things that are found to be most common in the data. There are different kinds of frequent patterns that can be observed in datasets. First is frequent item sets, means this applies to a number of items that can be seen together regularly for, like example, milk and sugar. Next is frequent subsequence, means this refers to the pattern series that often occurs regularly, such as purchasing a phone followed by a back cover. Next is frequent substructure, means it refers to the different kind of data structure such as trees and graph that may be combined with the items set or subsequence. Now, I explain what is association analysis. Means the process involves uncovering the relationship between data and deciding the rules of the association. It is a way of discovering the relationship between various items. For example, it can be used to determine the sales of items that are frequently purchased together. Next, I explain correlation analysis. Means correlation is a mathematical technique that can show whether and how strongly the pairs of the attributes are related to each other. For example, heighted people tends to have more weight. Now, I explain this term with examples like association analysis. Suppose, as a marketing manager of all electronics, you would like to determine which items are frequently purchased together with the same transaction. An example of such a rule mined from all electronics transactional database is shown like this pattern. In this pattern, where x is a variable represented, x is a variable representing a customer, a confidence or certainty of 50% means that if a customer buy a computer, there is a 50% chance that she or he will buy software as well. A 1% supports means that 1% of all the transactions under analysis show that computer and software were purchased together. This association rule involves a single attributes or predicates like buys that repeats. Association rules that contain a single predicate are referred to as single-dimensional association rule. Dropping the predicate notation, the above rule can be written simply as computer software in bracket 1%, 50%. Now, I explain our next point is association rules. This data mining techniques helps to discover a link between two or more items. It finds a hidden patterns in the data sets. Association rules are if-then statement that supports to show the probability of interactions between data items within large data sets in different types of database. Association rule mining has several applications and is commonly used to help self correlation in data or medical data sets. The way the algorithm works is that you have various data. For example, a list of grocery items that you have been buying for the last 6 months. It calculates a percentage of items being purchased together. For the association rules, there are three major measurement techniques like first is lift, means this measurement techniques measures the accuracy of the confidence over how often item B is purchased. For that, we have say confidence is based on item B, or we can say confidence is based on entire data set. Next is support, means this measurement techniques measures how often multiple items are purchased and compared it to all or overall data sets. For that, we have say item A plus item B based on entire data sets. Now, I explain confidence, means this measurement techniques measures how often item B is purchased when item A is purchased as well. For that, we have say item A plus item B based on item A. Now, I explain our next point is classification. Classification is the process of finding a model or function that describes and distinguishes data classes or concepts for the purpose of being able to use the model to predict the class of objects whose class label is unknown. The derived model is based on the analysis of a set of training data, or we can say data objects whose class label is known. This technique is used to obtain important and relevant information about data and metadata. This determining techniques helps to classify data in different classes. Determining techniques can be classified by different criteria as follows. First is classification of data mining framework as per the type of data source mined. Means this classification is as per the type of data handled. For example, multimedia, spatial data, text data, time series data, World Wide Web, and so on. Next is classification of data mining framework as per the database involved. Means this classification based on the data models involved. For example, object-oriented database, transactional database, relational database, and so on. Next is classification of data mining frameworks as per the kind of knowledge discovered. Means this classification depends on the types of knowledge discovered or data mining functionalities. For example, discrimination, classification, clustering, characterization, etc. Some frameworks tends to be extensive frameworks offering a few data mining functionalities together. Next is classification of data mining frameworks according to data mining techniques used. Means this classification is as per the data analysis approach utilized, such as neural networks, machine learning, genetic algorithms, visualization, statistics, data warehouse oriented, or database oriented, etc. The classification can also take into account the level of user interaction involved in the data mining process, such as query driven systems, autonomous systems, or interactive exploratory systems. So, how this derived model presented? The derived model may be represented in various forms, such as classification, or we can say if-then rules, decision tree, mathematical formulas, or neural network. So, what is decision tree? Means a decision tree is a flowchart like tree structure where each node denotes a test on an attributes value. Each branch represents an outcomes of the test and tree leaves represents classes or class distribution. Decision tree can easily be converted to classification rule. Now, I explain neural network. A neural network, when used for classification, is typically a collection of neurons like processing unit with weighted connections between the units. There are many other methods for constructing classification model such as Naive Bayes classification, support vector mechanism or machines, or k-nearest neighbor for classification. Whereas classification predicts categories like discrete or unordered labels. Prediction models continuous valued function. That is, it is used to predict missing or unavailable numerical data values rather than class labels. Although the term prediction may refer to both numeric prediction and class label prediction. Now, I explain what is prediction. The prediction may refer to both numeric prediction and class label prediction. Regression analysis is a statistical methodology that is most often used for numeric prediction, although other methods exist as well. Prediction also encompasses the identification of distribution trends based on the available data. Now, I explain what is clustering analysis. Unlike classification and prediction, which analyze class label data object, clustering analyze data objects without consulting a known class label. Clustering is a division of information into groups of connected objects. Describing the data by a few clusters mainly loses certain confirmed details but accomplished improvements. It models data by its cluster. Data modeling puts clustering from a historical point of view, rooted in statistics, mathematics, and numerical analysis. From a machine learning point of view, cluster related to hidden patterns. The search of clusters is unsupervised learning, and the subsequent framework represents a data concepts. From a particular point of view, clustering plays an extraordinary job in data mining application. For example, scientific data exploration, text mining, information retrieval, spatial database application, CRM, web analysis, computational biologies, medical diagnosis, and much more. In other words, we have said that clustering analysis is a determining techniques to identify similar data. These techniques help to recognize the differences and similarities between the data. Clustering is very similar to the classification, but it involves grouping chunks of data together based on their similarities. Now, I explain what is outlier analysis. Means a database may contain data objects that do not comply with the general behavior or models of the data. These data objects are outliers. Most data mining method discards outlier as a noise or exceptions. These types of data mining techniques related to the observation of the data items in the data sets which do not match an expected patterns or expected behavior. These techniques may be used in various domains like intrusion, detection, fraud detection, etc. It is also known as outlier analysis or outlier mining. The outlier is a data point that deviate too much from the rest of the data sets. The majority of the real world data sets have an outlier. Outlier detection plays a significant role in the data mining field. Outlier detection is valuable in numerous fields like network interruption detection, identification, credit or debit card, fraud detection, detecting outlying in wireless sensors, network data, etc. Now, I explain what is evolution analysis. Means data evolution analysis describe base models, regularities or trends for objects whose behavior change over time. Although this may include characterization, discrimination, association, and correlation analysis, classification, prediction, or clustering of time-related data. Distinct feature of such an analysis includes time series data analysis, sequence or periodically patterns matching, and similarity based data analysis. Now, I explain what is sequential patterns. Means the sequential pattern is a data mining techniques specialized for evaluating sequential data to discover sequential patterns. In comparisons or comprises of finding interesting subsequence in a set of sequence where the stake of a sequence can be measured in terms of different criteria like length, occurrence frequency, etc. In other words, these techniques of data mining helps to discover or recognize similar patterns in transactional data or sometimes. Now, I explain what is regressions. Means regression analysis is the data mining process is used to identify and analyze the relationship between variables because of the presence of the other factors. It is used to define the probability of the specific variables. Regression, primarily a form of planning and modeling. For example, we might use it to project certain cost depending on other factors such as availability, consumer demands, and competition. Primarily, it gives the exact relationship between two or more variables in the given data sets. So, thank you friends watching this video. I hope you can understand the different functionalities of data mining. Thank you.